What up, YouTube family? Hey, before we get into this video, I want to let all my supporters know that I appreciate all the support, everything y'all do for this channel. If it wasn't for y'all, I don't know what this channel would be. So anyways, this is a documentary that I made a few months back. I had it on YouTube for a little bit, but they ended up demonetizing it over some stupid reason. So I ended up having to take it down. So I had it sitting away for a while, and it's such a really good documentary that I put a lot into, so I just wanted to put it on. I added some new stuff to it. I talk about a lot of things that a lot of people haven't heard about. Anyways, make sure y'all check out that Patreon I got. It's only $2.99 a month to become a member. I'm trying to build that up a little bit so I could release something that's only gonna be on Patreon. It will not be on YouTube. It's gonna be a crazy, violent, disgusting documentary that I've been planning on making. It's something that I've been had up my sleeves for a while now. I'll let you know a little something about it. It's about the brother of the rapper Uzi Marcus from Sacramento that ended up killing those two white girls inside of that apartment building when he was all twacked out. Well, just a short backstory about that whole situation. I was one of the only few people that were watching that live. That was around the pandemic, so I remember going on there, seeing something that I thought looked fake. I thought it was like a blow-up doll or something. It ended up being two dead females that were, you know, no clothes on, and it was crazy. Well, I ended up being able to screen record the whole incident before the Instagram took it down. A lot of people haven't seen that full video, man. It's disgusting. A lot of people seen little clips and whatever they could see on YouTube. I'm probably one of the only few people out there that really got the full entire video from beginning to end, and that will only be on Patreon. It'll be a Patreon exclusive, so make sure you got that, man, because I want my Patreon to build up a little better and get up there where I want it to be, at least to be able to drop that for y'all, because I'm gonna put a lot into that one. Anyways, this documentary that you're about to watch, man, it's a real dope one. I put my all into it. It's like a Fat Tone, Mac Dre, and Mac Minister documentary. It's more about the whole Fat Tone and Mac Minister situation. A lot of this will be on the Mac Dre documentary, but I won't be speaking in great detail about everything so much like this documentary, because this documentary is over an hour long. So I mean, I'm planning already to make the Mac Dre documentary like 3-4 hours. So some Trap Lil Ross type stuff, just without a goofy YouTuber dude with funny hair and glasses that's not even a part of the community or the culture, none of that. It's gonna be a real one doing it. Well, this is for all the real Mac Dre fans, all the Fat Tone fans, all y'all. So I hope y'all like it. Anyways, let's get to the video.
A rap artist from Kansas City is gunned down and killed in Las Vegas. Tonight, some on the street are wondering, is it revenge for the murder of a West Coast rapper here? That murder last fall in Kansas City is still unsolved.
Now a Kansas City rapper named Fat Tone is killed in Las Vegas.
Yeah, this social media shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, rumors, man, spread crazy, you feel me? But, you know, they always said it's a song out there, I killed a Thizzle man and ended the Thizzle. Man, that shit never existed.
By the time he hit the news, the boy had OD, but not on drugs. I'm a gang of slugs, not a gang of gun rounds.
But, you know, no disrespect to nobody in Kansas City, but what threw Fat Tone in that loop, I think he made a song saying that he killed the Thizzle man or some shit in the Thizzle van or some shit like that.
It was a rumor about that song, but that song never actually existed.
So it's never.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
You know how the streets talk and you know, they're playing telephone and it gets
shit. Hey man, he said he killed the Thizzle man.
One love to my nigga Mac Dre. Who you groupies thought I killed?
He said something about flipping a minivan. But all that, I killed the Thizzle man and all that bullshit, he ain't never had no shit like that. I told him, motherfucker, they come with the song, I'll give him 10 grand.
Anger gun rounds, you niggas get drummed down. I flip niggas' cars off the highway bridge. And the same fucking night I cocktail they kids.
Fat Tone, aka Anthony Watkins, was murdered a month ago in Vegas. His body found in a bullet-riddled car. Sources confirm his murder has set off chaos in Kansas City's Central Core.
My niggas, nigga. I'm the truth, nigga. Niggas gonna make me snap. Bitch ass nigga. Hey, I'm telling you, cuz.
Before I start this video, I just want to say that I'm working on my Mac Dre documentary that will come out soon. I want to make this the best Mac Dre documentary to ever come out, so everything on this video will be on the Mac Dre documentary with more detail. Because Mac Dre is my favorite artist, I need to put my all into this project. Nobody has ever spoke about the Mac Dre story in full. After I read the murder case file, I did research on the people responsible for his murder, and I found information no one has ever really deeply spoken about. I even found photos of his killers and personal information on what happened to them. That's mind-blowing. Miami the Most from Thiz reached out to me. Doobie from Thiz also reached out to me, so I need to do this the right way. I owe this to all the true Mac Dre fans that never gotten closure of his death. I took my time with this project, and trust me, it will be all worth it. Before I start anything, I need to get Mac Dre's mother's blessings, so I won't speak about too much on this video because I'll be saving everything for the documentary. I have dropped a couple of Mac Dre videos on certain situations revolving his life. So let's start this video. Today, we're going to Kansas City, Missouri. After the devastating death of Mac Dre on November 1st, 2004, I remember going on sickness.net, which was a Northern California-based website where people were able to discuss, share, and interact with each other in online forums about underground rap. The internet was going wild after the death of Mac Dre. I clearly remember right after Mac Dre's death, there was a message forum board about a rumor that quickly spread all over the internet that Kansas City Mo rapper Fat Tone was responsible of Mac Dre's death. Fat Tone was a Kansas City legend who started funk music in KC. California rapper Sibo and Killa Tay are the rappers responsible for bringing Fat Tone to the underground rap scene. Funk music in KC is like what drill music is for Chicago. Everyone from Northern California was pointing the finger at Fat Tone and dissing him and the whole Kansas City after the death of Mac Dre. At the time, it was dangerous for anyone from Kansas City to come out to Northern California. Even rapper Tech 9 did an interview where he spoke about how real the situation got.
I wasn't able to go there for a while because at that time I was on the cover of Murder Dog with a gun like this, with red spiked hair, with Kansas City.
Yeah.
You know?
From everything I heard doing the documentary, I heard that Fat Tone really didn't have nothing to do with it.
He didn't. It's just people turning it into something. Yeah, Thizzle Van, I shot the Thizzle Man. I never heard that song, ever.
Right there, I knew this was gonna be a sticky situation when I seen the passionate hate they had for someone they didn't even know over a rumor that wasn't even to be a fact. But me being a young teenager, I also grew a hate for Fat Tone just for being a possible suspect of Mac Dre's death. That shows you how dangerous a rumor created by fans can be. Everyone instantly pointed fingers at Fat Tone because of his reputation in the streets and being known as the infamous 51st Street Crip gang member that terrorized the streets of Kansas City Mo. Fat Tone definitely had a fearsome reputation. I mean, it was even said that he was responsible for a murder of a pregnant teenage female and other alleged bodies.
Watkins has a lengthy criminal history, most recently arrested earlier this month. He was also charged with the murder of pregnant teen 3 years ago, Shamika Posey, but charges were later dropped. Now people both outside and inside the rap world want the violence to stop.
The murder charge was dropped after witnesses failed to cooperate. On a Holden Court interview with Sibo, it was said that Fat Tone was not responsible for the murder of the pregnant female. But controversy can be good publicity.
Fat Tone led people to believe that the murder was his work to add to his fearsome reputation in the streets. Fat Tone's name would always come up when crime in the streets of Kansas City would occur, whether or not if he was actually guilty. Fat Tone was a very controversial rapper. On the cover of his album I Am the Streets, he had a tombstone behind him with the name of a man who snitched on him. He had multiple attempts on his life and was even shot and almost killed. Sibo even has a chilling story about a time he was with Fat Tone and his cousin Chuck in Kansas City, and someone chased them down in a vehicle trying to kill Fat Tone, shooting at them with 2 AK-47s, chasing down their car and almost succeeding on the hit. Fat Tone was shot twice in the back, but fortunately survived. Fat Tone would later drop the album The Untouchable with a picture of him on the hospital bed after being shot.
So you came down to Kansas City, and it's you, it's Killer Tay, it's Fat Tone. Shout out to the homie Chuck Littlejohn. He's driving. Y'all leaving KKFI one night.
Yeah, I got a little Psycho in the car too.
And Little Psycho. What was the circumstances behind that?
I don't know what was going on. I think Tony got into it with somebody, shot somebody, girlfriend or some shit. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I didn't hear all type of shit, rumors.
It's a pregnant girl. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if he did. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's rumors. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't know what the fuck going on. But so we leave the radio station, and we hit a club. But really, we hit the little food spot. They had a little food stand out there, whatever. So we sat there for a minute, chopped it up, whatever. And then we left there. I guess it was some niggas that followed us from the motherfucking radio station. You feel me? So, as far as I can remember, I think we was at a light or something. We was doing something. And Lil Psycho was leaning over the seat about to turn the music on. And nigga, it just feel like somebody lit a brick of firecrackers. You know how a brick of firecrackers go off. You feel me? And it was on my side. So I jump, damn, boom. I'm looking, I see the fire from the rear view and all the shit on the side, you know what I'm saying? So these niggas getting off on us and shit, right? So boom. Lil John, Chuck, hit the gas, he hit the gas, he gone, boom. Right, but we in a cave, we in a
excursion.
We in excursion. Nigga with 24s, 4 18-inch woofers in that motherfucker. That motherfucker only do about 60 miles an hour. We got 5 niggas in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You feel me? These niggas in the F-150, nigga.
Yeah.
They got 2 Ks. First thing, that they had the Mac 10, that thing jammed. That's what it was. It went off and jammed. Boom. So they leaned, but they backed up off of us. Then we pushing it. And then that's when they came out with them 2 Ks out of both sides. So they chasing us. Boom, they busting. Boom, 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 boom. We flying through lights, nigga. Boom, they on us. So they turn off. By the time we get to the next light, here they come again. They done reloaded, you feel me? They done reloaded and came back. Boom, they on us again. Boom, 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 boom. This when they hit Tone. Tone like, I'm hit, boom. So damn, once they hit Tone, we coming to a dead end. He driving, you feel me? And I'm laying down, looking back like, nigga, they coming on the right, cuz, go to the... He swerving, trying to get the niggas so they don't get on the side of him. Now we on all 4 flats. The car shredded, shot all up. We Tone hit, you know what I'm saying? We damn. So now we look up and these niggas coming back. I seen the lights come back, right? And then they just turned off, went the other way. And we got out, man, got some, had to get some help for Tone, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hospital, whatever. But yeah, that was some real, some action shit in Kansas City, bro.
I remember hearing all these stories back in the days, and you just knew Fat Tone was authentic just by listening to his music. Fat Tone liked to be feared and to be the bad guy.
And she asked me, and I said, I'm sorry for calling so late, but I need to holler at Tone to support. I hear the fat nigga in the back snoring. So he get on the phone, and he like, what's up, cuz? I'm like, man, this man killed Mac Dre. He like, bullshit. Broke down.
A couple weeks after that, when we started dating.
But he was a bad guy, man.
Yeah, I let the window drop. Watch the Uzi fly. Cause all you heard was, there goes the bad guy.
Fat Tone was the menace of Kansas City, and he wore it loud and proud. He was also known for robbing drug dealers.
I ain't gonna say our relationship trying to put this one.
No, but
this is when someone kind of started getting this bad.
Before that, I wouldn't even fuck with him before the show. I just seen the way to get some money. Cause he was wild. I told him, when you doing what you doing with niggas in your area, it's cool. But when you start to fuck with niggas in my area, that's when it's a problem, because those are guys that I know.
Me with some of the cars you was getting back then.
Man, this nigga showed me 18 ounces of sheetrock. They wouldn't give me calls, so I just be out and the vibe would be off. And I spit back on him and I'll be like, I ain't feeling this. What's the deal? This ain't nothing. Man, I know Tony, your cousin. And I was like, man, he a grown man. He chose. So they thinking if they get into it, then he's so important. RIP to Port. That's one of the reasons I'm saying, man. He's so important, 18 ounces of some bullshit. And that was kind of, because me and Port was cool. And when I seen him, the way we spoke, the way we greet each other, what how we normally greet each other. So I spent back going over and I asked him what's up, and that's what he told me. So that was one, and it's another one. It's a friend of my uncle's. Tony and he pulled a lick on. He robbed a friend of my uncle's. I ordered that. They robbed him, so.
To me, it never made sense that he would kill Mac Dre. It was also rumored that the reason why Fat Tone was behind the murder of Mac Dre was over an argument he had with Mac Dre on October 29th at the National Guard Armory in Kansas City. Allegedly, witnesses seen Mac Dre and Fat Tone getting into an altercation after an argument over stage time and for fans wanting to see Mac Dre perform more than Fat Tone. But it was said this never actually happened and the police was never able to confirm it. It was also said that Mac Dre had KC natives mad over him being late to the show, but those rumors also never been confirmed to be facts. Allegedly, Mac Dre was out in Kansas City selling fake DRE'S pills to KC trappers. Fat Tone's cousin Chuck said on an interview that Mac Dre and Fat Tone used to hit licks together, selling dog pills pretending they were DRE'S pills.
But he had nothing to do with that bullshit. Yeah, we had a relationship with like Mac Dre. Mac Dre was cool. Him and Tone would pull licks together. You know what I'm saying? Like them niggas would pull licks. I'm talking about they talking about rabbit food. I seen a nigga selling a nigga 2,000 dog pills. That's ecstasy. That's what Tone. That was Tone. You know what I'm saying? Now they send 100 pounds of dog food. 100 pounds of rabbit food. I don't think it was that much, but I just seen you wrap up phone books and sheetrock.
There was a bunch of he said, she said going on. Even some said that when Fat Tone and his lawyer went to the police to clear his name, he had mentioned to them that he kicked it with Mac Dre and his people the day after Mac Dre arrived to KC, and that Mac Dre called him up to the stage while he was performing one night. Allegedly, the DJ of the night, DJ Fresh, confirmed that Fat Tone was on stage with Mac Dre briefly. In a February 2021 interview with KC rapper Mr. Stinky, he mentioned that he threw a function the day before Mac Dre was killed at the Atlantic Star and that Fat Tone showed up, getting into an altercation. This would be the reason why there was confusing fake rumors going on about Fat Tone and Mac Dre getting into an altercation. Mr. Stinky said the incident helped lend credence to the rumors that Fat Tone had gone into an altercation with Mac Dre that weekend. Even though it never happened, Fat Tone was really connected with the Bay Area and Sacramento. He even had a song with Mac Dre and Doobie on his Only in Killer City album. Kansas City Mo loved Mac Dre. He had a strong fan base out there. Kansas City rapper Rich the Factor was the bridge for Kansas City and Northern California. His connection to Northern California created a strong bond between both states. Rich the Factor was the man who brought Mac Dre and tons of other Northern California rappers to Kansas City Mo. Kansas City was definitely influenced by Northern California. When Mac Dre began to have these Kansas City connections and found out he had a huge fan base out there, he embraced it. Mac Dre would travel to Kansas City to do shows and even record parts of his albums out there. When Mac Dre was killed in a city he was so loved at, just didn't make sense, but it was reality. This didn't sit well with Mac Dre's people. What made Fat Tone look so suspicious was he wasn't clearing his name publicly, and it seemed like these rumors weren't getting to him much. But this would all later change. From outside looking in, Fat Tone definitely looked guilty. There was also a rumor that Fat Tone had a song where he allegedly admitted to the death of Mac Dre, where he supposedly said he killed the Thiz man, but nobody could find a song with such lyrics. This was because the song never existed, but people still believed it at the time.
Only Dre's Day.
Well, Mac Dre gets killed, and then everyone starts saying it's Fat Tone. And then shortly after, well, I don't know about shortly after, but after a certain amount of time, Fat Tone gets killed by Mac Minister. He gets convicted and given quadruple life, I believe. Because I interviewed Mac Minister in prison.
Okay.
And this is all public knowledge.
Right.
You know, this has all been worked out in the courts.
Right.
And based on, because I did the Mac Dre American Gangster episode, so I interviewed all the detectives and FBI agents and police and everything else like that. And I talked to all the people around him. And essentially, everyone's agreed that Fat Tone did not kill Mac Dre.
Right.
You heard the same thing?
Yes. I heard the same thing. It's sad because no disrespect to nobody in Kansas City, but what threw Fat Tone in that loop, I think he made a song saying that he killed the Thizzle man or some shit in the Thizzle van or some shit like that.
It was a rumor about that song, but that song never actually existed.
So it's never.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
You know how the streets talk and they're playing telephone and it gets shit.
Hey man, he said he killed the Thizzle man. Yeah, so
because I interviewed his crew,
right,
and they said that song never existed.
Never existed. Okay.
Look at it on the internet. It doesn't exist. Something that important would be on YouTube
the net
right now.
Fast. You're right. You're right.
But you're right. That was the rumor.
That was the rumor. That was the one that everybody was using to back it up.
But no one heard the song.
See what I'm saying? That was just like word of mouth. Like, he said this. No, he said that. Was word of mouth from the Bay to fucking Kansas City. You're right. So, rest in peace of Fat Tone. We was rocking with Tone. He was down with Sebo, West Coast Mafia. So we was rocking with Tone. You got songs with me with Fat Tone, all types of shit. So we was rocking with Tone, man. So that was unfortunate.
At the time when I was a teenager, I would try searching for the song, but never came across it. But I did come across a Fat Tone song named Drum Down that has suspicious lyrics. Fat Tone starts the song saying how they weren't gonna kill shit.
Suck ass niggas. You ass niggas ain't gonna kill shit.
Fat Tone then raps about shooting someone through their gold teeth.
Fuck down, nigga, fuck the police. My mini 14 spit shit through your gold teeth. I mash on these niggas, let them know I'm an OG.
And we all know that Mac Dre had gold teeth, but that wasn't even the strange part. Mac Dre wasn't the only one with gold teeth in the world, so you can't excuse that verse. What I found strange is that he had a verse where he said by the time it hit the news, the boy had OD'd, but not off drugs, off a gang of slugs.
By the time it hit the news, the boy had OD'd, but not off drugs, off a gang of slugs. Not a gang of gun rounds, you niggas get drummed down.
This was strange because Mac Dre had multiple rumors while he was alive that he overdosed off Thiz pills. If you were a Mac Dre fan at the time, you know this happened to him a few times. I remember I was in Frisco the same day Mac Dre was out there, and I heard him live on the radio denying that any of these rumors were true. But that ain't nothing. The strangest verse Fat Tone had on that song was, I flipped dudes' cars off the highway bridge.
I flip niggas' cars off the highway bridge, and the same fucking night I cocktail they kids. I'm the nigga in your bushes when the crickets is asleep.
I found this really strange because when Mac Dre was killed, the van that he was in flipped off the highway into a ditch. He was also spazzing out on the song, sending out multiple threats.
Crickets asleep, waiting for you to come out so I can put you to sleep. What's beef? Beef is me, motherfucker. Ain't no nigga fucking with me.
Fat Tone's cousin Chuck also spoke about this song in an interview.
How was he viewing it? Was he on some? Was he telling you that, man? They sure.
No, he was
shit. They got their mouth.
I knew they did. I told him. I said, bro, I said, you need to get your name cleared, cause him and Rich had a song. He said something about flipping a minivan. But all that, I killed the Thizzle man and all that bullshit, he ain't never had no shit like that. I told him motherfucker, they come with the song, I give him 10 grand.
The song Drummed Down was featured on the Fat Tone mixtape, Sky's the Limit, that dropped in 2004. At the time, I didn't know whether if he made the song before or after Mac Dre's death, but I later found out he made the song while Mac Dre was still alive, so there is no way it could have been directed to Mac Dre.
Yeah, this social media shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, rumors, man, spread crazy, you feel me? But, you know, they always said, it's a song out there, I killed a Thizzle man and ended the Thizzle. Man, that shit never existed. You know what I'm saying? What they talking about is a song that came out way before that shit. It's called Drummed Down. You know what I'm saying? Nigga said,
gun rounds, you niggas get drummed down.
I flip niggas' cars off the highway bridge. It has nothing to do with Mac Dre or none of that shit. Yeah, it's an old ass song, you know what I'm saying, before that. You know what I'm saying, nigga just said, I flip niggas' cars off a highway bridge. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even a bridge, you know what I'm saying, where that shit happened at. You know what I'm saying, like that. So it was just, you know, motherfuckers reaching, bro.
Fat Tone had an album called Murder One with a pill bottle that read sleeping tablets on the cover art. And the cover art on the album, My Hood Betrayed Me, was a crime scene with yellow tape like if a murder had occurred. Fans felt like these were also Mac Dre disses. To me, both of these rumors sound like BS. Just because the cover art to his album was artwork of a crime scene, it didn't resemble Mac Dre's murder in any way. Also, how does sleeping tablets have anything to do with these pills? All of these fake disses had to have been major coincidences. When J Diggs from Thiz dropped the California Living Part 2 album in 2005, he had a song called Diggs Dance, where he spoke about sliding in Kansas City and trying to avenge the death of Mac Dre. On the song Diggs Dance, he had a verse where he quoted, I get a call from Yuck Mouth asking me about that song.
Call from Yuck Mouth asking about that song.
2 weeks later, he called back with Fat Tone on the phone.
2 weeks later, he called back with Fat Tone on the phone.
Say he's trying to clear his name, his head in the streets.
Say he trying to clear his name, his head in the streets. He don't want to be another nigga dead in the streets.
After hearing the J Diggs song, I felt that Fat Tone done cleared his name. It was the first time anyone had heard that Fat Tone reached to Mac Dre's people about the rumors. After the death of Mac Dre, a lot of people were dying in Kansas City behind his murder. Some say Kansas City cleaned their own backyard behind that whole situation. A lot was going on behind closed doors in Kansas City that people will never speak on. J Diggs even went out there with Mac Duna for days trying to get answers and getting their hands dirty while J Diggs was still on parole. The police even contacted Fat Tone and warned him about his safety, and Fat Tone told them that he was good. Although these rumors of Fat Tone were going around, he was liking the publicity. He felt that it was gonna give him clout and better his rap career in a way. This would be the mistake that would later come to haunt Fat Tone. He was liking the fact everyone was speaking about him in a dangerous way, giving him a more fearsome reputation.
Yeah, Kansas City, man. It was, those who know, what it really is and what really happened. But yeah, Kansas City cleaned his own backyard, you know what I'm saying, with that situation. And Tone, he let people think that was his work, but it wasn't,
Right.
But if you knew Tone, then he just kind of relished in that kind of shit.
Wild,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Unfortunately,
all the death threats wasn't bothering Fat Tone at first, but this would all change once he seen how Northern California turned on him. After months of death threats and rumors, Fat Tone finally publicly addressed everything said about him and speaking his frustration about the situation on his album My Hood Betrayed Me. On the first song of the album, called Y'all Can't Fuck With a G, he starts it with saying, I'm tired of you suckers. Keep my mother effing name out your mouth. You don't know me. Quit talking about me.
I'm tired of you suckers. Put my motherfucking name in your mouth, nigga. You don't know me. Y'all can't fuck. Quit talking about me.
He then says, one love to Mac Dre, who you groupies thought I'd kill.
One love to my nigga Mac Dre, who you groupies thought I'd kill. Nigga, it's my motherfucking nigga, you dumb bitch.
Then he says, quit putting that shit on the streets like that before I slide up on your punk ass.
Quit putting that shit on the streets like that before I slide up on your punk ass.
He then finishes the song speaking with frustration about all the rumors.
Niggas better quit put my name out here like that, nigga. Ass wanna be niggas.
He even mimicked the people saying that he killed Mac Dre over and over.
Fat Tone killed Mac Dre. Fat Tone killed Mac Dre. You stupid ass bitch.
He then finishes the song saying that he really knew Mac Dre and that was his folks.
Nigga, that's my nigga. I really knew the nigga. You niggas is groupies. Niggas don't know them niggas, man.
What could have happened to Fat Tone that made him finally speak his frustrations about the rumors after he embraced all the clout he was getting at first when Mac Dre just got killed? A factual story that a lot of people don't know is Fat Tone came to the Bay Area by himself to try to clear his name. This was in 2005, a time we didn't have no social media like Instagram, so Fat Tone wasn't able just to contact Mac Dre's people to meet with them and discuss everything going on at the time. He came to the Bay probably hoping on linking with the right people to clear his name. A fan seen Fat Tone all alone by Market Street in San Francisco walking around. He spoke with Fat Tone, and Fat Tone told him he was out there to clear his name. He also asked the man if people in the Bay Area really think he killed Mac Dre. He must have not succeeded because it was never heard about. He took a big risk on coming out to the Bay at such a difficult time. This information came out recently.
Kansas City always been, you know, a sister or a cousin, you know what I'm saying, with the Bay Area. You got a lot of people, you know, that's from the Bay Area or whatever, you know, they got strong ties, man, in Kansas City. So, you know what I'm saying, like, it's really good, man, when you go out that way, man, and you tell them where you from, and they, you know, motherfuckers ain't tripping on that shit, man, for real. You know what I'm saying, like that, man. You know, Tone didn't kill that, man. And, you know, it's like this, man. You chase your dreams, you get to that next plateau, and that's what it's really about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I encourage every artist, you know what I'm saying, to take your shit to the next level, man. Tone did that. You know what I'm saying? Too bad he just didn't get to see, you know what I'm saying, and hear this shit on the radio like how they be playing it now. That shit old.
If you're feeling this content, support a real one. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, all that. It helps the video reach more audience, and all that really helps this channel a lot. Sometimes I put a lot into a video and I just want it to do more than it should. Anyways, let's get back to the video.
In March 2005, Fat Tone recently made friends with the Frisco OG from Filmo, Mac Minister, during a trip to Las Vegas. Mac Minister and Fat Tone quickly became good friends, and they even traveled to New York together. While Fat Tone was in New York, he was supposed to give his demo to someone who was connected to G-Unit. Fat Tone was on his grind, trying to do whatever it takes to get signed.
What I was hearing is that like everybody that was on G-Unit had got shot. So they was good at sign Tone. Tone was supposed to be part of G-Unit before he passed away. See, everybody on G-Unit had got shot or robbed or something back then. You know what I mean? For what I heard, I don't know how it go, how it is. It could just be the streets talking. It could be somebody just boosting it up or whatever. But I just know every artist that was on G-Unit had went through a situation like Tone. When Tone got shot, they all went through the same situation. So I thought they all was gonna be G-Unit. I thought G-Unit was full of, you know, artists that went through, you know, them type of situations.
Fat Tone even met Young Buck from G-Unit and even met T.I. and other rappers. Fat Tone let Mac Minister record a skit for an album he was putting together, but soon after, Mac Minister would start constantly asking Fat Tone for money, which irritated Fat Tone, sort of like a same situation Mac Minister had with E40. Mac Minister was featured on E40's album The Hall of Game, dropping game on a skit. Mac Minister later started having issues with E40 over the skit he did for his album. Mac Minister confronted E40 at the Source Awards, which resulted to Mac Minister getting jumped by E40 and his peoples. Mac Minister said that Birdman from Cash Money and his peoples were supposed to have his back, but when everything popped off, he said Birdman and the Hot Boys were lukewarm and didn't do a damn thing. E40 and his peoples put a nice whooping on Mac Minister that night. E40 even lost a gold chain in the altercation. Mac Minister was well connected with big name rappers like Snoop Dogg. He also dabbled in comedy and rap.
Man, look, I ain't mad at 40, I wouldn't hit me. If I would've talked to me like that. 40 said, say decriminalization, I know you're not gonna talk to I said, yes, I am, nigga. The nigga swung I had to know. I had him. Before you know it, told my ass up. I ain't got it. Cash money is the bitches. That's what I'm mad at. What? I got 20 country niggas with knives with me. Man, baby told me, he said, say, boy, we put you all the way, dog. Say, man, I love you, Wardy. When the shit jumped off, the hot boys was lukewarm.
Mac Minister was also good friends with Mac Dre. Mac Dre was featured on Mac Minister's only album that we will speak about later on a song called Trill Man. In May of 2005, Mac Minister invited Fat Tone to Las Vegas, promising him to introduce him to Snoop Dogg, and that Fat Tone would be opening up for Snoop Dogg at a show. Fat Tone felt that this would be good for his rap career and had hopes of possibly getting signed. Fat Tone also didn't feel no type of way because he had nothing to hide. Fat Tone's cousin Chuck explained in an interview that he didn't agree with Fat Tone going to Las Vegas and that they were gonna kill him.
Let's get to that day. So Tone go to Vegas. Do we tell you where he going?
P said he's going to open for Snoop. And I don't know what made me say it. I just looked at him, I said, you a motherfucker fool. I said, nigga gonna kill you. And I pulled off.
Fat Tone ended up going to Las Vegas with his partner COWBOY. When Fat Tone landed in Las Vegas, he linked with Mac Minister and another dude who Mac Minister was with named CORLEON'S from Frisco. This time while Fat Tone was in Las Vegas, he wasn't getting along too much with Mac Minister like before. He felt like Mac Minister was hating on him after he won a nice amount of money in a casino. Fat Tone won $17,000 in one session at the craps table and another $3,000. He also had a female with him that was turning tricks and giving all the money to Fat Tone. Fat Tone was out there getting his money because he had spent a lot of money over this Las Vegas trip, hoping to link with Snoop Dogg. Again, Mac Minister was allegedly asking Fat Tone for money and also asked to wear his gold chain. Fat Tone kept asking Mac Minister when they were gonna link with Snoop Dogg, and Mac Minister kept getting his hopes up, telling him that it was gonna happen. Fat Tone called his female friend named Priceless Diamonds, who also rapped. She details the alleged final moments in Las Vegas before Fat Tone lost his life. He told Priceless Diamonds he was staying at the MGM Grand Casino and that he won big on the craps table. He also called his mother and girlfriend, telling them that he won a different amount at the casino. Fat Tone began getting frustrated with the whole situation in Las Vegas. He still didn't link with Snoop Dogg, so he called his girlfriend telling her he wanted to come back to Kansas City. Mac Minister was telling Fat Tone that Snoop Dogg was going to be performing at a show on Tuesday. Fat Tone began having second thoughts and called his girlfriend sometime around 2 a.m. on Monday, May 23, 2005. He told her he wasn't going to be doing the particular thing he went down there for. Fat Tone's girlfriend said he had a change of heart about whatever business he was about to conduct, telling her he wasn't going through with it, but instead coming back home. His last words he told her on the phone were, "I'm sitting here waiting on this guy," possibly meaning Mac Minister. "I'm gonna call you as soon as I get to the hotel." She would never hear from Fat Tone again. Surveillance cameras from the MGM Grand Casino recorded Fat Tone leaving the casino with his friend COWBOY and Mac Minister. This is when the unfortunate happened and all hell broke loose. Sometime that same early morning, not too long after Fat Tone had talked to his girlfriend, at a deserted housing subdivision still under construction in the Southern Highlands neighborhood of Vegas, a security guard found a man shot to death, slumped over in the front seat of a 1992 blue Toyota Tercel that still had the headlights on. A few feet away from the Toyota, another man was found laying dead on the ground, also shot to death. The two men shot and killed were identified as 24-year-old Anthony Watkins, aka Fat Tone, and his friend 22-year-old Jermaine Akins, aka COWBOY. Fat Tone was shot around 20 times and COWBOY was shot around 13 times. They both had multiple gunshot wounds throughout their bodies, both being shot in the head, torso, and back area of their bodies with an AK-47 assault rifle.
A rap artist from Kansas City is gunned down and killed in Las Vegas. Tonight, some on the street are wondering, is it revenge for the murder of a West Coast rapper here? Good evening, everyone. That murder last fall in Kansas City is still unsolved.
Now a Kansas City rapper named Fat Tone is killed in Las Vegas. Peggy Bright is live at Kansas City Police Headquarters with the story. Peggy?
Kelly, police here knew him as Anthony Watkins. But in the world of hip-hop, he was known as Fat Tone, a 24-year-old rapper who, for sometimes reasons that he did not want, made a name for himself both locally and nationally.
You keep thinking it's a game, and because you ain't been to KC.
He's among the most popular local rap artists, touting 5 CDs, including this new release. But after the murder of Mac Dre, Fat Tone's name began circulating in hip-hop magazines and websites as a possible suspect. Kansas City police followed the sites, but never considered Watkins more than a person of interest. Now Fat Tone is murdered while visiting Vegas. The two murders, months apart, have similarities.
Mac Dre was found in a car, shot to death. The car wrecked, went off the highway, and essentially the same thing happened to Fat Tone.
Activist Alonzo Washington wrote commentaries for hip-hop magazines after Dre's murder. He was concerned that the rumors would generate more violence, and now it has.
When you have an equation of violent music, people with a violent background, and rumors, it can ultimately add up to a real-life homicide, and that's something that we all should try to prevent.
Watkins has a lengthy criminal history, most recently arrested earlier this month. He was also charged with the murder of pregnant teen 3 years ago, Shamika Posey, but charges were later dropped. Now people both outside and inside the rap world want the violence to stop.
That's not needed. If you're going to do this particular music for your particular income or whatever, do it. But keep out the violence, keep out the madness and the ignorance.
Now, Fat Tone was shot in Kansas City a year and a half ago when he was leaving an interview at a local radio station. He survived that. Las Vegas police are still looking into the motive for this shooting. Another man was killed as well. We're live at police headquarters. Back to you in the studio.
A witness seen a 2000 white Pontiac Sunfire leaving the scene. Fat Tone's female friend that was out in Vegas turning tricks for him went back to Fat Tone's hotel waiting for him outside of the room, not knowing he had been killed yet. Rapper Priceless Diamonds flew out to Las Vegas to link up with Fat Tone, not knowing he had been killed also. She ended up going back home with Fat Tone's female friend. After Las Vegas police did an investigation, they announced that they wanted to speak with 3 individuals connected of the murder of Fat Tone and COWBOY. These 3 individuals were Andre Dow, aka Mac Minister, Jason Mathis, aka CORLEON, and 27-year-old Tanisha Aaron, who was Mac Minister's girlfriend, the owner of the blue Toyota Fat Tone was found slumped dead in. Police seen the surveillance footage with Fat Tone and COWBOY leaving the casino with Mac Minister roughly 80 minutes before his murder. Around 2 weeks later, Fat Tone was laid to rest in Kansas City. Investigators had their eyes on Mac Minister and CORLEON and began investigating both men. The police had on their radar what they believed that was the suspect's vehicle, the 2000 white Pontiac Sunfire that was seen leaving the murder scene of Fat Tone. Strangely, 2 days later, after the Fat Tone murder, the white Pontiac was found torched and abandoned in Vallejo, California, the hometown of Mac Dre. This was a strange coincidence, knowing the vehicle was used in the murder of Fat Tone and found in Mac Dre's hometown Vallejo. It looked like to the police as if someone planted the burnt vehicle to mislead police and to make it seem like murder suspects were from Vallejo, California. They soon found out that the white Pontiac belonged to a female named LAURSON. The case got even deeper. Apparently there was a female witness who could count for the murder. This possible witness was LAURSON, the owner of the white Pontiac found burnt in Vallejo, California. And police alleged she was working as a prostitute in Las Vegas for Mac Minister and CORLEON. Her father would have alerted police officers that his daughter was being held against her will and forced into prostitution, but LAURSON was seemingly addicted to the lifestyle with Mac Minister and CORLEON, as she refused to stay away. A police report said Lee Larson told her father that one of the men she was with was Corleone. Police also found out that Corleone rented a house in Las Vegas 5 blocks away from where Fat Tone and Cowboy were shot and killed. Lee Larson's vehicle was frequently seen at the home of Corleone, and police began looking for her. Police found Lee Larson July 15, 2005 and would attempt to interview Lee Larson to gain information on the case, but she would be defiant and refuse to cooperate. Realizing how deeply she may be tied to Mac Minister, Corleone, and the Fat Tone homicide, the police officers tried a last attempt to save her life by informing her of the danger she was placing herself in, and even offered to pay for her to return back to Utah. Since Lee Larson was unwilling to cooperate, there was nothing the police can do. Police also found out that Lee Larson was seen in a gun shop in Las Vegas buying ammunition similar to the assault rifle Fat Tone and Cowboy were killed with 9 days before the double murder. On November 2nd, Andre Dow aka Mac Minister and Jason Mathis aka Corleone were indicted on 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of conspiracy to commit murder in the deaths of Fat Tone and Cowboy. Jason Mathis aka Corleone was already arrested July 12th on unrelated charges in San Francisco, where police said he had beaten his girlfriend, who was the mother of his child. Investigators soon discovered he was wanted in Las Vegas, where he later pleaded not guilty. Mac Minister was a fugitive on the run, still at large, with a no bail warrant issued after the indictment. Mac Minister was featured on an episode of America's Most Wanted while on the run. Meanwhile, the female prostitute of Mac Minister and Corleone, Lee Larson, ended up in the Bay Area, where she lived out of hotels at times and offered her services as Alana over the Craigslist website. The investigation would become even more strange when again the unfortunate would happen. On the night of November 4th, 2005, 2 days after Mac Minister and Corleone would be indicted, Fairfield police went to a quiet neighborhood after residents reported hearing gunfire. Lee Larson was found shot to death in a gutter. Reports state that neighbors in the area heard 4 to 5 gunshots in the area and seen a dark-colored SUV driving away from the scene. Lee Larson was pronounced dead at the scene from a gunshot wound to the head. Police received information that Lee Larson might have been with Mac Minister a few hours before she died. Soon after, Jason Mathis aka Corleone's Saturn sedan vehicle, which Lee Larson had been driving, turned up burning in Richmond, California. The police said Lee Larson had information that could have been very damaging. The timing of it is uncanny. Mac Dre's mother, Mac Wanda, said she doesn't know what to make of the killings and find it hard to believe that they are connected to her son's death, although she has noticed that people like to be tied to the drama. She also said, "I don't even know who's in the war. If Andre were here, he'd be shaking his head." Jason Mathis aka Corleone's baby mama went to the police and told them everything they needed to know in an interview. Corleone's baby mama would provide damning information that would only aid in amplifying evidence against the 2 suspects. In the interview with the police, she stated she had been trying to feed police information and was very fearful for her safety. She got the chance to speak with detectives directly when Corleone was arrested for a domestic dispute, where he fought her and pepper sprayed her as well when he caught up to her scheme to wear a wire and get a confession about the murder of Fat Tone and Cowboy. She further states that Corleone would come back from Las Vegas and admit to her that they killed Fat Tone and Cowboy, and broke down in detail how they set it all up and carried out the gruesome murders. She also told detectives that Corleone also admitted that the murder of Fat Tone was in retaliation for him being the one who murdered Mac Dre. During the interview, she connected the dots to the burnt vehicle, stating that Corleone told her he placed all the evidence that could tie him to the Fat Tone murder in the car and burnt it in Vallejo to make investigators believe someone in that region did it.
Okay, and we've come here to talk to you about a man that you know, Jason Mathis.
Yes.
Okay, and you know that we're investigating the murder of 2 men that happened in Las Vegas back in May.
I do.
Okay. All right. Tell me how you know Jason.
I know Jason because I have a child with him.
Okay. And how old is your baby?
He's going to be 2 in November the 21st.
Okay. And you know that Jason has been living in Las Vegas?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Jason recently came up here to the Bay Area, is that right?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Do you know what caused him to come up here?
Because he was wanted for questioning for murder.
Okay. And how do you know that?
Because that's what he told me.
Okay. Tell me what he told you.
Okay. On the night of the murder, he actually called me when he was still in Las Vegas on his way out. He was gathering some stuff so that he can go. He called me and told me that he had to leave. He couldn't talk, he had to leave. And I'm like, where do you have to go? And he's like, I'm coming out to the Bay Area. I'm finna get me an apartment and stuff out there. And I need to leave out here real fast. And I'm like, well, what's going on, Jason? And by the way that he was talking, I can tell that it was something that he had done. So I'm like, he asked me, can he come to my house? Then he wanted to spend time with his son. Can he come to my house and try to get more acquainted with little Jake, seeing that he was in some trouble out in Las Vegas. And I told him no, because I didn't know what was going on. And then we had spoke a little, a little longer, probably like an hour and 2 hours in code. He was trying to tell me what was going on and what he had done, but he wasn't trying to get into details of what had exactly happened.
Tell me how he was talking to you in code. What was he saying?
Okay, he was like, yeah, you know, it was a concert out here tonight, and you heard what happened to them niggas that did that to Mac Dre. I'm like, who are you talking about? And he like, yeah, you know, we can't speak on what happened. I mean, who they are or whatever. We can't speak on their names or whatever. We can talk more in person when I get to the Bay Area. And like, that was pretty much basically what he said about the murder that happened that night. That wasn't when he actually told me what had happened, but he was telling me in so many words.
All right, now let me ask you this. How do you know that that phone conversation you were having with him was on the night that these murders occurred?
Because that's what he said. That's what he said, not that night, but he said that when we actually met in person, he said that's what that phone call was all about. That's when he like defined it, the conversation that we had about that. When he had got to the Bay Area, he had probably gotten comfortable or whatever, and then he actually came over to my house on Northridge.
So he had this conversation with you that night?
Yeah.
And then it lasted for about how long?
For about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Okay. Did he call you at home or on your cell?
He called me on my cell.
Okay. And do you know if he was at his house or on his cell?
He was on his cell. When he came over, then that's when he actually gave me the confession of what he had done and everything, how everything happened, and just everything.
Okay. Tell me about that. Tell me what he said to you.
Okay, he actually told me that, okay, this was planned. What had happened to those 2 guys was planned. It was rehearsed for like 3 months now. And he said that Choppa was being cool with the other guys in the little time period of the 3 months. He was being cool. They were talking backwards and forth. He'll call them, they'll call him, and then he got them to trust him so much that he brought them out to Las Vegas.
Okay, who's Chopper?
Chopper is the guy that was supposed to have been with Jason Mathis when everything happened, is what Jason Mathis says.
Do you know what his real name is?
No. I just know his name is Chopper, and sometimes Jason called him Mac Man.
Mac Man?
Yeah, Mac, and then he's a Bay Area rapper, so I mean everyone knows him.
Okay. Have you ever seen him?
Yes, I've seen him.
Okay. If we showed you a picture of somebody, would you recognize it if it was the guy that you know as Chopper?
Of course.
Okay, all right. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and then he said to me that Chopper had called the guys and told the guys, oh hey, you know, I'm in the music industry and I can hook you guys up with Snoop. Snoop is out in Las Vegas right now, and we gonna meet up at the concert, and you guys can do a show together. So Jason said the guys were believing what Chopper has said to them, and then he lowered them out to the I think it's MGM, where they thought that they was gonna go and meet up with Snoop, but then he didn't. I mean, it's really not clear of how he said what had actually happened, but then he skipped and told me that they were in a car. They were sitting in a car, and he had came up to the car. It was him and Chopper actually together. He had came up to the car, and I don't know if he said he fired the shots into the car, or I think he said he fired the shots into the car that killed the guy instantly.
You talking about Jason?
Jason Mathis had fired the shots into the car that killed one of the guys instantly, but it didn't kill the other guy. The other guy got out the car and was trying to run, and Jason said the other guy, it was still shots. It was like other shots. Chopper was shooting what it was supposed to have been a little gun. Jason said it was little, so I'm thinking he said his Chopper gun was little, and his gun was like da 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 da, and Chopper gun was like bah bah. Is how he explained it to me, so that's why I'm explaining to you guys like that.
Okay, that's fine.
So and he's like Chopper's gun was like bah bah, and he wasn't doing anything. He couldn't kill the other guy because the other guy was already dead that was sitting in the car. And he said he walked up on the guy, and Chopper did shoot him enough times for the guy to fall, and he fell down to the floor. And I guess he didn't say how he turned over or anything, but he just said he got up on the guy, and he had the guy pointed into the gun pointed into the guy's chest, and the guy was saying, please don't shoot me, I don't have nothing to do with this, please don't shoot me. And then the guy grabbed the gun, and they were struggling with the gun, and then Jay said he just let off the shots into his chest. And then he left the guys there, and he fled the scene real quick. And then you guys didn't know anything about what had happened because nothing is tied to him. And then he also said that when he left Vegas, and then he went back to Vegas to try to gather some of the things and see what was gone. And he said his neighbor had told him that you guys had came in his house and smoke bombs or something like that, and kicked his door down, and he said he had to replace his door, which he said he did, and took some shells and took a bulletproof vest.
How many times has he talked to you about this?
Often, recently, like every time we were to talk, because they recently had a lot of Mac Dre functions, that like Mac Dre's birthday and stuff like that, like, and he have been going to all these functions to collect money from the Vallejo people that actually had a price on those other guys' heads.
Well, tell me about that. How does this murder that we're investigating tie into Mac Dre?
Because he said Fat Tone was supposed to be the actual guy that killed Mac Dre.
Did you know anything about Mac Dre being killed?
Yeah, I did know about Mac Dre being killed.
What did you know about
Everyone
that?
knows.
Okay.
But I know that's what he said. Fat Tone killed Mac Dre in Kansas City.
Who told you that?
Jason.
Jason. When did he tell you that?
He told me that when the Mac Dre murder actually happened, he had already known what happened. He knew before. It's like because he's in a rap business, and he like he did a lot of things with Mac Dre, like the people that's on Mac Dre's label, he associates with a lot. So he knew right off top what had happened to Mac Dre, and he knew the real story that everybody didn't know. Everyone out here thought that Mac Dre had actually got into a car accident. But he was like, no, he came out here and told everybody, no, that's not what happened. Fat Tone actually shot Mac Dre to force him to get into a car accident. He said this was his exact words to me, and my brother heard him. As a matter of fact, he told my brother too. He confessed it, live confession to my brother too. He actually told my brother, you better get your sister or it's going to be another murder. She think what happened to Fat Tone was crucial, because I always tell him, that's not right, that wasn't right. She think what happened to Fat Tone was crucial. You better get her for it could be another murder.
Are you afraid of Jason?
Yeah, yes I am. I have been in contact with the officer out here. His name is Sean Ryan, and we were trying to set up a live, I was trying to get a wire so I can get a live confession from him. But he had caught up to me too soon. Jason had actually caught up to me too soon for me to even get the wire and everything.
Did Jason ever tell you what happened to the evidence in this case?
He told me it was in a car. He put everything that could have tied him to the Fat Tone's murder in a car and took it to Vallejo, where the guys know Mac Dre at, where Mac Dre was from, and burned it to make it seem like the guys from Vallejo had actually did the Fat Tone murder. I think he said it was a gun in the car, the gun that was actually used to kill the guys with. I think he said that was in the car. And I don't know, I don't recall, but I think I remember him saying something about the gun.
Okay. Did he tell you which guy was killed instantly and which guy ran?
Yeah, he did. He said Fat Tone was killed instantly. And then the other guy ran.
Okay.
And the other guy was begging and pleading for his life. And they had a struggle with the gun. And then he fired the shots off in his chest.
Can you think?
And this struggle took place when the guy was laying on the street?
Yeah, when the guy was laying on the street.
Have you ever seen Jason with guns?
Yeah.
What kind of guns?
I seen Jason with a 9, and I seen Jason with a gun, some type of gun that you hold with 2 hands, a long one.
Chanel, you understand that we are going to charge him and take him to court.
Yes.
Right? And part of that court process is going to involve you testifying. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. How do you feel about that?
Scared.
Are you willing to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm just being upfront with you. I'm not going to lie to you about it. This information that you're giving us is very important.
According to Corleone's arrest warrant, he admitted to a friend that he had shot Fat Tone and Cowboy to avenge Mac Dre's murder. Corleone told police he believed Fat Tone killed Mac Dre on November 1st, 2004 in Kansas City, and that he committed the murder out of revenge. Police still hadn't caught up with Mac Minister. He was still on the run after the America's Most Wanted episode aired on television. Someone anonymous who was watching the show tipped off police with information that could lead to his arrest. Police pulled over Mac Minister on July 2005 near the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, and Mac Minister fled the scene. A chase ensued across the bridge, and Mac Minister managed to escape the police. Police officers searched his abandoned car and found a documentary he had produced about his life, as well with an internet article about the murder of Fat Tone and Cowboy. Mac Minister was arrested a month later by California Highway Patrol, but was released a short time after. Although Mac Minister was the prime suspect of the murder of LAURSON for being an alleged witness of the murder of Fat Tone and Cowboy, he was never charged for her murder. After being indicted for 2 counts of first-degree murder and 2 counts of conspiracy to commit murder in November 2005, he was still a wanted fugitive. While on the run, he recorded the intro to the rapper Game's album Doctor's Advocate, and also recorded his first and only album, The Minister of Defense. Shortly after the police gained information from the anonymous tipster, after the America's Most Wanted episode, Mac Minister was finally arrested in a San Francisco apartment. In March 2006, during his arrest, Mac Minister was promoting his album that he had recently finished recording, The Minister of Defense. The album released not too long after his arrest in September 2006. There is tons of questionable songs and verses on this album that related to him being indicted, being on the run from murder, the justice system, hating snitches, and eerily describing how he murdered Fat Tone. He even references killing with an AK-47, the same firearm used in the murder of Fat Tone and Cowboy.
Now they wanna label me a killer cause I'm a real nigga. So they got me on some trucked up charges and it kept longer than 2 left feet. Is why suckers get found gunned down in the middle of the street. That nigga, I never bow down or lay down on none of my niggas. I bust a K round, you clown for any one of my niggas. I be the reason them boys ain't breathing this season. You was a bitch nigga from the start. Your high power coward never had no heart. Shoulda knew when it jumped off that I was gon' find you. Check the ballistics and look in the file. When it come to snitching, these niggas is bitches. If a nigga shot a chop, a bitch I shot back. Cause everywhere I go, I keeps my strap. Cause a snitch that snitch will snitch again. So when you go and get him, you got to put him to an end. On the run like the Taliban. Yes, every day I got to carry my gun. Cause I won't be captured. Bitch, my AK-47 is having a party tonight. And all you snitch bitch ass niggas is invited. It could be broad day, I'll jump out with an AK. It's a fully, so you gotta have 2 hands on it.
On this Mac Minister album, he has a song called Who Run Up on That Boy. In this song, he speaks about murdering someone. The words to the song eerily resemble of the Fat Tone murder.
Yes, we ran up on that boy and gave him a few cause it was long overdue.
Do you believe he's 100% innocent?
I do. Based on this evidence, I do.
They gave you 4 lives without the possibility of parole.
He was a germ in his game, looking for 27 seconds of fame. Is why we blew out his motherfucking brain.
Dow was convicted in 2008 for a double murder in Las Vegas in 2005.
Yes, he violated the G code. Is why he got full of bullet holes, cause he was stuck digging in his nose.
The victims, Kansas City rappers Anthony Watkins, known as Fat Tone, and Jermaine Atkins, known as Cowboy.
Ready to orchestrate a demonstration that may lead into a murder investigation.
I don't know who killed Fat Tone.
How did they end up murdered in your girlfriend's car?
I don't have no answer for that.
Did you run up on that boy? I ain't run up on that boy. Somebody ran up on that boy.
Mac Minister and CORLEON were tried and found guilty on 2 counts of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder, sentenced to 4 life sentences without the possibility of parole in 2008. It was later proven that Fat Tone had nothing to do with Mac Dre's death after Kansas City detectives solved the Mac Dre murder, but was never able to make an arrest. The truth of Mac Dre's murder was revealed. I won't say much on this video about the real truth on what really happened to Mac Dre, but I'll explain everything in great detail on my Mac Dre documentary. What I will say is that Mac Dre was killed by 2 Crips, one of them being from Fat Tone's hood, 51st Street. The 2 killers were sent to kill him from a janky promoter named Damon Whitmill, who is still living today. That trip to Kansas City was all bad from the get-go. Yuck Mouth said on an interview that it was a bad vibe in Kansas City from the beginning, and there was tension backstage on the night at the Armory, October 29, 2004. Yuck Mouth, Keek the Sneak, and a lot of other Northern California rappers left Kansas City a day before Mac Dre was killed. Yuck Mouth explains on the interview he was not fully paid for his performance due to the promoter not making enough money to pay him and other rappers their back-end money because he did a horrible job promoting his event, which resulted to barely anyone showing up to his show that night. Yuck Mouth told the promoter to send his money through Western Union, and he left Kansas City October 30th. It is unclear if Yuck Mouth ever received that money.
You know what I mean? But you did fuck with Mac Dre?
Yes, heavy. That was my best friend.
Your best friend?
One of my best friends, yes.
How'd you take it when you heard about the murder?
I was upset because I was there.
You were in Kansas City?
Yeah, we all got booked together.
Aha.
Yeah, it was me, Keek the Sneak, Mac Mall, fucking Jacka, the fucking My Figures, Mac Dre, I think, J Diggs. We all was out there.
No, J Diggs wasn't out there.
He wasn't?
I just interviewed him.
Okay, he wasn't out there?
He wasn't out there. No, because he had just gotten home and he was.
He had just got right. Okay.
He wasn't allowed to travel.
So it was Noochie then. It was a Nooch was out there. So we all out there, right? And we do the show, and it's nobody there. You know what I mean? Now this dude done paid big money for this show. Nobody there. You know what I mean? Period. Bum. You know what I mean? Period. He lost all his money, so he couldn't pay us our back end. So we all at the hotel in the morning, like, yo, I gotta hit the block, do my thing, 1, 2. And shit, man, in a few hours, I'll come back with that. So I'm like, nigga, fuck that, man. You got fucking, at this time, you got MoneyGram, you got Western Union. I'm like, nigga, I'm catching my flight, man. This is Western Union, my shit. I ain't about to stay in this hotel. Dre stayed. With him staying, people start booking him for other shit. So he got booked for another show the following Monday. Right. You know what I mean? And after that show.
Club walkthroughs.
Right, club walkthrough, right. And after that, the unfortunate happened. So I felt it. The vibe when I was out there. I felt it when we was at the show, you know what I mean? When we, it was some type of tension I didn't even know of, but it was some tension backstage. I felt, I'm like, yeah, I don't even want to be around here, period. So I left. Well, a couple other people left. We all left. Only Dre stayed.
Mac Dre stayed in Kansas City because he was booked for more shows out there. The janky promoter lost all his money he put to make these events happen. This is how the issue with Mac Dre transpired, because he had an issue with Mac Dre for not showing up on time to a meet and greet at a record store and missing a radio appearance that was meant to promote an October 29 show at the National Guard Armory. The promoter Damon Whitmill also had an issue with Mac Dre for again showing up late to his event on October 29, 2004 at the Armory, and again showing up late for a show on Halloween, October 31st at the Atlantic Star. That's all I'm gonna say about that situation. Mac Minister had tried to appeal his conviction but had no luck. So I'm gonna end the story there. I'll be explaining everything in detail on my Mac Dre documentary. Be on the lookout for that. I'll be doing it soon. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you have a Mac Dre story, comment them on this video or reach out to me on my Instagram at StickySituationTV.
If you made it to the end of the video, man, shout out to you. Thank you so much for all the support y'all do for this channel. Thank you if you made it all the way to the full end. I hope y'all enjoyed it. That was a good documentary. That's one of my favorites to this day. I hope y'all really liked it. You know, it gives you a little glimpse how dope my documentary about Mac Dre will be. I really wish I got to even dive deeper on this one, but you know, all that should come with this Mac Dre documentary I got planned. So, because I'll be going to Kansas City myself, tapping in with some real ones out there. This Mac Dre project that I got coming, it's a little intimidating, you know, because I don't want it to just be any type of documentary, you know, like these ones that just pop up. You know, I already have some of his folks, you know, some people that were really there with him when he started his whole movement, you know, that are really rooting for me on this one. So I really appreciate that, you know, because I know they ain't just doing that with anybody. They just know that, they just see the passion I got for it, and they know that I was really a part of that whole movement. I ain't just some phony, fake, goofy. I come from the land for reals, and I got some stuff for this documentary that's gonna be insane, that's never been seen. You know, it's gonna be crazy. I'm not even gonna speak on it, man, but just know this is gonna be a jaw dropper for real. But yeah, this story is crazy though, man. I remember being a little teenager around that time, and I just remember the first time hearing about like I could really tell you from firsthand, you know, like firsthand experience about hearing that name Fat Tone for the first time, being involved with this whole Mac Dre's death situation. I just remember going on, you know, if you remember, if you know, you know, man, sickness.net was it at that time. You know, it was a little forum board that everybody went on, and it was just all about Bay Area and Northern California type rap, and it was dope, man. I'd always be on there. So I just remember logging on that morning on November 2nd, seeing Fat Tone killed Mac Dre, Fat Tone killed Mac Dre, woo woo, everybody just going crazy. And it's like, I remember even I believed it right away. It was dangerous, man. Whoever just started that rumor, man, it became a real dangerous thing, man, that costed his life. I just remember that firsthand, you know, just being on there, being a young kid from Northern Cali, coming from the land for reals, and being a big Mac Dre head, and just going on there and having this hate for Fat Tone and Kansas City, and just not knowing the truth, you know. But yeah, I'll never forget that. Every day it was just people talking in different forum boards. It's Mac Dre's death, Fat Tone, all this stuff, man. It was crazy, man. He wasn't really saying nothing. He wasn't coming and cutting down the rumors or nothing, you know. It was crazy. It was just like he was just letting it be, and that's what ended up costing his life. And I remember the first time even hearing anything about him trying to clear his name was when I first heard on the J Diggs album, on the California Living Part 2 album, when on the Diggs Dance song, when he talked about how Fat Tone called him and tried to clear his name and he didn't want to be another dead dude. I remember that's like the first time I heard Fat Tone actually try to, you know, clear his name. But, you know, I think it was a little too late after that. So that was already around, that album dropped like not even too long before Fat Tone got killed. It dropped in like, I think if I remember correctly, it dropped around like almost like the end of 2005. And that story about Fat Tone being in San Francisco trying to clear his name and walking around, someone seen him in the Tenderloins and by Market Street, just in some liquor store, and that's a real story, man. That's a true story of someone that that I heard about, you know. It's just crazy. It's a crazy story. He was out here, you know. He said that Fat Tone was out here in San Francisco, was out in Frisco trying to clear his name, you know. And I mean, he ended up he didn't do a good job because it didn't work. So I don't know what he did, but I know that he came out in the Bay asking people, do people really think I killed Mac Dre? And that's a real story, man. That's crazy. Anyways, until next time, I'm out.
Two things in this game you cannot do and get back from. Get your name on the album. You cannot snitch, and you can't take it in the booty or suck a nigga. Can't be no sexual or be a snitch and get back. Cause I don't give a what you do. Be like, well, man, you know he robbed the Navy, jacked the Air Force, handcuffed the Marines, killed all them niggas on the block, but he's snitching. So that takes that away from me. Whoa, wait a minute. You know the nigga's a killer. He got money. He got cars, homes. He's a homosexual though. Whoa. That ends that.